This is David Bruce with Beam Before the Veil and the beautiful Beam Before the Veil studios. Here with our new friend, Old Booney, who also has shared on our project, Beam Before the Veil. He's the 31st person who shared pre-birth experiences, which is amazing. And he's the second person to come on and do the podcast with me, which thank you very much, sir. Thank you for joining us.
No worries, no worries.
So obviously, we know that you have pre-birth experiences, but one thing that I really liked about your story is that it really connected with mine, and the fact that you've had your experiences since you were 3 years old, since you were a kid, and you also told your mother about them. And then you were in a space with another being choosing to take this journey, and you willfully did that from what I see from where you shared. So if you would just share your experience with us in your own words.
Well, excuse me, I'm moving around cords because my charger doesn't seem to want to work today. Having all kind of technical difficulties.
It's all right.
But yeah, I've been seeing it forever. I can remember it like it was yesterday. I was up there just having a random conversation with something. It was weird, strange. And they were asking me, features that I wanted. And I was, thinking about it, had to think real hard because it was themed as it was a very serious situation. So I made some kind of joke just to cut the tension. Some kind of weird joke. I can't really remember what it was, but it caused them to laugh. And the next thing I know, I'm flying through all kind of purple and blue and black all the way smack to consciousness. It was weird.
That's really interesting that you talk about being jovial during that process, because that's something that I also remember about my being on that choosing process as well, is sort of joking around with that being. That's really interesting you say that. So let me ask you this. Do you think that you willfully took this journey or that you were forced to take it?
I made a decision. I popped my hand in like a wild arse because it was like it could be a little risky, and it's like, yeah, throw me in there. Like, you showed up, jumped the gun on that one.
Nice. So, do you believe in predestiny or free will? A little bit of both.
Yeah. It depends on the being. It depends on the soul. Like even the dead they're as dry and satirical like that. Like if they believe you should already know an answer, they're gonna be as dry as hell with their comments. But they're gonna hit you straight with a blunt point. And that's how it was with that. So everything linked together in a weird way, if you will.
Interesting. Nice. So I saw that you said that you talked to your family about your pre-birth experiences. And I noticed that you said that you talked to your mother when you were a kid. Who else did you talk to it about? And if you could just speak on that for a second.
Well, I talked to some friends about it that had weird things going on in their life, psychic happenings, or they've been around the occasional haunting or whatnot. I'd tell them, man, they like some of them were like, yeah, that'd be cool, and other ones like, I don't know. They're kind of skeptical on it. I've only had like one or two maybe out of everybody that's actually like I kind of remember something similar, but they wouldn't specifically know what. And it's like, okay, cool. And then you move off from people, and it's like, I wonder where we just linked to meet in that point in time just to keep the memory going, like passing the torch in a relay.
Yeah, that's sort of cool. So you actually were pretty open about your experiences throughout your whole life.
Yeah, people just give me weird looks and like, okay, and I'm like, all right, well, all right.
That's amazing that you were open about that throughout your entire life, because honestly, from our research thus far, most people either talked about it when they were a kid and then they had a big gap while they were growing up where they didn't talk about it until usually something happened when they got older. So that's really cool that you were openly talking about that throughout your life, even if it was just periodically, with certain people. That's awesome.
once I picked up, like they kind of could understand what I'm talking about, then I'm like, yeah, let's see, let's share and just dump here and see if we have any, That's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's like box of chocolate with the Forrest Gump quote there.
Oh yeah, right. Never know what you're gonna get, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, check this out. So, uh, you actually were saying one of the questions you said yes to basically every question on the form on Name Before the Veil that you fill out to share your pre-birth experiences, except for one, which was, do you think that we communicated telepathically on the other side? What do you think about how communication was going on that side? Do you have any thoughts on, what do you think it's just regular speaking, or
I feel like it could be
consciously?
both. Because the thing is, when I saw my higher self, he spoke to me like I'm speaking to you. The lips were moving.
Nice.
So
Okay. Interesting.
I'm thinking it's
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
your mind doesn't have the same limit of capacity as it does here. So you
Right.
can actually get infinite. It doesn't matter. It won't overload your circuits. See, holding that and then coming back here and overload the circuits, go fucking, and then
Right.
you're stuck. I believe that's what happens 90% of the time. Motherfuckers come back and they're fucked up, but they can't tell you what happened because the overload happened. So it's like, you know,
Yeah. There could be something really to
I'm
that
on a
because,
meeting. Can you get this? Thank you. I'm sorry about that.
yeah, no, you're fine, buddy. There's actually something really is to that because I also remember communicating so much data and so much information, just astronomical amounts to where it's almost hard to explain, So that
Yeah.
actually makes sense to me. Yeah. So that could definitely play into that. There's just too much to even comprehend for people.
That's what my higher self said. I was trying to be stubborn, like, yeah, I can hold on to it. Like, and yeah.
Uh-huh. All right. All
So,
right.
I don't even remember. That's all
Cool.
I remember is that interaction. And then, it's just like the other. He was the same color of what I seen. That's the greater. That is the thing. I just now thinking about it. Wow. But
Oh,
it does
you're
link everything
breaking
up.
up, buddy. You're breaking up.
Oh,
Yeah, there
I'm
you go.
probably
You're good.
moving too
Uh,
fast.
that's okay.
It,
What
it
did you say?
everything linked up in a strange way. It linked up stranger than I figured at first. But it's
Nice.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
um, have you haven't met anybody else with pre-birth experiences, right? The project was the first time you ever heard somebody else talk about it or say that they had
like
them.
as far as like remembering like me, yes. Remembering like
Okay.
that, yeah. Otherwise, it's mostly people just like I might have or but never on the
Past life stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, definitely. If you hear anybody, if you ever meet anybody, please, share the project with them. We're trying to reach all corners of the world and get everybody to share because I know personally, for me, when I came out publicly about my experiences and started being honest, my life changed completely, and it's helped me so much, which is really what gave me the passion to do this. Not only is it interesting as hell, I love it. It's very exciting to me, but it has changed my life. It's transformed my life. So I know that it could do that for other people too, and I think it's really just about being honest about our experiences, man, which until that we are, it's sort of living in that fear. So I think it's a great thing. And I think there's millions of us out there. We just got to find them and get them to share and let them know that it's okay to share. And that's what we're doing right here, man. So thank you so much for being brave enough to come on here and do this with me.
Oh
Because,
man. That's
yeah,
not that's not bravery. That's just uh confirmation.
confirmation. Yeah, living
Yeah.
truths. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's cool how you look at that too, and how you were never really scared to talk about your experiences. It seems like, which is really
Well,
awesome.
yeah, you gotta talk about the weird shit. Yeah, to
Yeah,
be honest, because
it's important.
sometimes, depending on what you talk about, sometimes there's somebody that relates with you in some way, and it's like, ah, like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck cartoon. Daffy Duck was getting terrorized all in the hotel. He went and called up Bugs, and Bugs was in the next room. Ah, you too, huh? It's like that.
That's awesome, man. I love that outlook. Um, so yeah, let me ask you, do you have anything else you want to add about your story or your experiences or
Well,
anything?
I do want to say that if there's anybody else that's had the inkling or seen anything, things that happen in your life are going to be like little benchmarks to let you know that, yeah, it did. It's going to be like a signal flare, but weirdly, it's going to match your type of weird. So you'll know. Like other people might not see it because they don't know what's in your head, but you'll catch up on the breadcrumbs there, as it were.
Yeah. Yeah. So pay attention for those and trust them, right?
Yeah.
Which is really interesting because I just got that message this week. So that's cool that you said that. That's something I'm
Yeah.
working on personally. Yeah. It's trusting those synchronicities and those breadcrumbs and those messages I'm getting and not doubting them and doubting myself and my higher self.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the it's a daily fucking challenge.
Yes,
Some
sir.
days
Yes, sir.
you're gonna be good. Some days it's like, whew, I would just throw myself in there. We'll find out.
Yeah, but we're doing it. We're doing it. I think we're really making the change right here, you know? And um, I'm excited about the possibilities. The fact that we've only been doing this for a year and a half, there's already 31 of us, and I know most of us thought we were alone, is amazing. I feel like I found a whole huge group of brothers and sisters I never knew I had, you know?
A network,
So
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna also be working on setting up a live so anyone can come on there like on a weekend or whatever, and we can just talk about pre-birth experiences, whatever we want, you know? So I'll be working on that too. And I hope you'll come and join in and participate with us.
When I'm able, yeah, I will.
Yeah,
I'll
of
drop in.
course. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on here and sharing your experiences. I know that this is going to help people, and you're the second podcast, so I appreciate it, man.
No worries. No worries.
Do you want to
I
share
appreciate
your
it.
TikTok or YouTube before you get off?
Um, well, most of my social media can be found under my name, Old Booney. I think my TikTok is Old Booney 131 because the other one got banned because I was being a little wild ass on there. But everything else is
Nah.
under my name. Yeah.
Awesome, buddy. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining in. Have a blessed day, y'all.